In the years of me growing up, I've grown quite fond of story-driven games. I've even ended up loving games where there is nothing but story. No crazy shootouts, no open world to really sink your teeth into, just a story narrative, and that's it. So when I came across Cloudpunk, I actually had no clue what to expect. Was it open world? Was it linear? I just didn't know what this game was about. Well, where do I begin? Let's get this out of the way first. Atmosphere. Cloudpunk takes place in the city of Nivalis, a sprawling futuristic city dripping with cyberpunk juice. If you know me, then you'll know that the cyberpunk aesthetic is 100% right up my alley. Any hint of cyberpunk and I'm all in. You have to make me feel like I am in this world with the character, or even I am the character in this world. Well, let me tell you, Cloudpunk absolutely nails this without skipping a beat. Cloudpunk is the story of a girl named Rania, a delivery driver for the sketchy delivery service Cloudpunk. Rania is tasked with delivering packages throughout the city via her hova, or in other words, a hover car. You fly around in the city dropping off said packages and picking up new ones. Were you expecting anything else? Any high-speed chases in your hova or intense shootouts in the cyberpunk city under the neon lights and heavy rain pouring from the dark sky? Well, that's not Cloudpunk. Delivering packages is the name of the game. That's it. There are no action sequences to complete, no crazy stuff like that. Simply a courier game. But that's the beauty of it. Cloudpunk is able to deliver its story to you simply by package handling and dialogue. During your first night on the job working for Cloudpunk, you'll speak to a ton of unique characters, all with different personalities. Each person feels like they live in Nivalis, all dealing with their personal problems and daily life situations, and you hear about it all. You'll meet engineers working to keep the city from collapsing, people in show business only talking about how to accomplish the next big thing, and even random strangers trying to awkwardly flirt with you. Every package delivery you make, you'll speak with someone regarding that package. They'll either be of upper-class citizenship, looking down on you and shooing you away, or they'll open up to you about whatever it is that's going on. This only furthers the goal of immersion in the city of Nivalis. On top of all of that, you have your artificial intelligence sidekick Camus. Camus is naive, and you have to walk them through their daily life tasks. He'll ask you a bunch of questions almost the entire night of your job. I more than likely would have enjoyed Camus's company if the voice acting in the game wasn't as hit or miss.
They're all ads and corp-approved pop stars. They sound so empty, hollow.
How do we find other feeds? I only know about Corp channels.
The radio, Camus.
The what?
An electromagnetic wave of a frequency between about 300 kilohertz and 300 megahertz. You can tune that in, right?
Yes, I have found it.
The entire roster of characters that you come across are fully voice acted, something that you could say is uncommon in a lot of indie developed games. Some of it is actually perfect. The voice actor captures the spirit of whoever they're bringing to life. Others, they do an okay job. Let me make it clear, it's not bad, but sometimes you'll hear deliveries that probably could have used one more take. With spotty voice acting sprinkled all over the place, it actually doesn't take away from the experience. I found myself absorbed by these characters and what was going on with them. I would possibly chalk it up to the writing. The writing that these characters voice to you, the player, is absolutely solid. I ended up giving a damn about a lot of these side characters you meet. I found myself thinking about some of them while running my next delivery, and even when I closed out of the game. Speaking of deliveries, let's talk about how that is. You bring the packages from point A to point B, it's simple enough. You have total control of your hova during this time, and you're allowed to fly through the city to get to your destination. And how is that? Well, it's incredible. could spend the rest of my days flying my hover around the city of Nivalis, I would. Nivalis is so expertly crafted to feel alive, and it just sucks you right in. I love it so much. During the entirety of these rides, there's this gorgeous soundtrack that just sets the mood and tones so perfectly. I spent most nights writing the script just listening to the OST. On Steam, there's an option to separately purchase the soundtrack of Cloudpunk. I guarantee you, it's money well spent. When you're not flying around in the beautiful, blocky-looking skies, you're physically delivering the packages on foot. Here is where you'll meet the seemingly endless side characters. You get to walk amongst the pedestrians of Nivalis, and it makes you feel kinda small. While you are the main character, it's clear that Nivalis has better things to worry about. There isn't much besides just walking around, so while the characters and environment do a good job of keeping you busy, it can feel a little repetitive. When you're in the air, however, traffic is no joke. I felt as if I could personally relate to the horrible traffic in the skies at times with how annoying it is to commute around my city sometimes. Occasionally hitting the brakes because someone takes a half a day to take a right turn, people cutting you off, etc. Thankfully, no one in reality can fly over your head. Yet. During your journey, you're bound to trade paint with at least another floating car. Whether your fault or not, it's just bound to happen. If you do this one too many times, you'll be forced to stop at a repair port. I was surprised to see the amount of customization I could do with my ship just besides repairing it. I could make my ship faster, or I could make it red lines, and it's different customization. It's pretty cool. There's something else that makes the flying, walking, and all of the above even better, and that's the music. Music can do a lot of things. It can influence you to feel sad about something, it can make you feel happy, etc. Music in a film or video game or a backtrack in an audiobook can do so much, and it works well with the rest of the components to deliver you a much more fulfilling experience. One thing is for certain, no matter how good the writing or set piece or event, whatever, if there's music behind it and it sucks, the whole piece comes crashing down. The music in Cloudpunk is excellent. It hits every note perfectly on whatever the situation may be. Flying through the city, walking the wet, cold streets of Nivalis, the music follows you all the way through and even stays with you once you're finished. I know that synthwave-esque music is generally accompanied with the cyberpunk setting, but if it's not used appropriately, then it doesn't matter that the two are usually paired up. There's one instance where you and your AI Camus decide to play some music during your runs. Once the song is selected, Rania immediately approves, saying her mother would love this. It's her jam, but because of timing and tone hitting just at the right moment at the first second of the song, it's now your jam too. Despite Cloudpunk essentially having the player do so little, it really feels like a lot. You could tear out the flying mechanics, the walking around, and it would just be another point-and-click adventure game. But that's what makes Cloudpunk so good. It goes out of its way to offer you these things while telling you a really good story. Since everything around the narrative is well done for the most part, it's not considered a waste of your time. You owe it to yourself to try out Cloudpunk. Allow yourself to be immersed, and you will not be disappointed. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked what you saw here and you want to see more, consider subscribing and hitting that bell icon so you never miss another video. If you wish to support us further, we have Patreon as well. It's absolutely appreciated. Special thank you to Future Friends Video Games for providing me with the review code for Cloudpunk.